Astronaut labs on space shuttle main engines tested. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, no. You need to turn that into a turbo or something. Look at this thing. What's this? Got a twin turbo on this bitch. Some kind of turbo. The fuel is going through there. That's going through there. Yeah. That's going through there. You got full tires, baby. You got a flat tire. You got a flat tire. What the hell is this shit? Mercy. Everything on this bitch. This is the old shit. This is the old stuff. Oh my lord. Let's get this one out here.
All these are the same. There you go. Starting with moving all the way around. And what we're trying to do is,
United States of America. Tell you where you're going, where they're going. It's up to you to figure out if they went there. Yeah. Solid rocket booster. There's the departure stage. Payload shroud. The waste. Oh, Lord.
Toby.
Up above, we needed to size the Orion capsule for the proper diameter. We wanted to use the same aerodynamic shell as the Apollo capsule. That way we could take advantage of the aerodynamic research that was done in the 60s. So we were constrained to a particular range of cone angles. Within a given cone angle at a certain height, you have a resulting diameter. So we did human factor studies in Houston. We built mock-ups of the Orion and brought in astronauts and engineers to evaluate the size. We gave them different day-in-the-life type tasks and evaluated the diameter. And we came up with the initial diameter that was our desired. But then the aero guys did some work on it and they discovered the launch escape system would not work under certain environments at that diameter. We reduced it in a little bit from that, so it's slightly suboptimal for the crew, but it's a small enough diameter that the escape tower can still pull the crew away. That gave us the diameter we've got here, which was essentially fixed the diameter of the upper stage. So it then sized the height of the propellant tanks based on that diameter. And that's how we ended up with sort of the
happy transition from that to this.
Exactly.
Wow. Interesting.
Thank you. Very good. Very good presentation. Thank you.
Well, this cuts through the atmosphere, and this is really the driver. As far as
well, drag's a function of both length and cross section, so there is a contribution from the entire length of the vehicle.
Sounds sort of jerry-rigged, I guess. It sounds like you're trying to match two things that don't work.
Well, what we did was
a lot of constraints that we have to...
Well, we ran hundreds of cases when we decided on the design. It was about 2 or 3 years ago, and hundreds of cases. And it turns out that this solution here to going back to the moon turned out to be safe, reliable, and technically quite feasible. So, as much as we are using existing things, the system itself traded out well, even against brand new ones. So, yes, very well.
There were studies that started with a clean sheet and were not relying on existing systems.
And this was superior.
Why are we going back to the moon?
Really, it's for exploration. We're going to establish a base, but to go on to Mars, you would prefer to camp out in your backyard and to learn how to live off the land there before you get ready for a mission where you're not 2 or 3 days away, but you're 6 months away, plus the alignment of the planets trying to come back.
It's like a 3-year
mission. Essentially, it's 6 months out plus 500 days on the Martian surface.
And then 6 months back.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, there are other things we're doing on the moon. It's not just to get ready for Mars. There are several hundred different mission investigations that we want to undertake. The engineering development to go to Mars is a big one. Another big one is learning how to utilize the resources on the moon. Also, exploration is important. In the 60s and early 70s, we had 6 missions that landed on the moon. Now, the moon's surface area is about 4 times the size of North America. So imagine if you spent the weekend somewhere in North America 6 times, you really wouldn't know anything about the continent. So there's still a whole lot we want to learn about the moon. We've also discovered that from the rocks we brought back, the chemists and geologists have been